tuned in to Pits and Push Sports Talk Radio.
Welcome back,
people. Welcome back.
Welcome back, folks.
Pits and
Welcome
Push.
back. Episode 6 coming at you.
Yes, sir. What we got for the people today, brother?
Hey, man, I think we got a good lineup for us. A lot of topics, a lot of storylines that occurred since the last time we was with the people, man. Man, it's intriguing. I can't wait to hear some of your opinions to some of the stuff that occurred during this week. But how was your week, man? You let 2 weeks, should we say?
Had a good week, spending some time with the family, got to catch up on some sports, got to watch some basketball.
No doubt.
Got to see my boy Bron, got to see, who else I got? I watched the Nuggets game as well. Something interesting, man.
Hey, man, I tell you what, Toronto look good.
Yeah. Some good basketball, man.
Yeah.
Even though they in the crowd, they is playing some good basketball. They don't look out of sync at all.
So what topics we got? What topics do we got for the folks?
Well, I'm excited to talk about these student athletes and the way they're standing up for their rights.
Right.
And their safety, as they should. You know what I mean? These corporations been making billions off these student athletes for years. It's time for them to get their due share.
I agree. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that Pac-12 demand and the periods that the Big Ten is following suit.
For sure.
Right. What else we got for the folks today?
We got some NBA playoff talk and some NFL talk, man, which will be interesting as well. As we seen, they moved up the opt-out date to try to put these players in a predicament, which wasn't cool.
Hey, I ain't surprised, but we'll get into that. But I'm excited for the people, man. Listen, y'all sit back, kick back, relax, enjoy, subscribe, share, Pits and Push, Sports Talk Radio. Folks, we're back, coming through, man. Topic right now is the NFL opt-out.
Yes.
Hey, man, listen, I'm going to let you back first. I'm going to pitch you, and I'm going to let you hit first because I'm interested to hear what you got to say and your thoughts on the NFL opt-out.
Well, I feel like the NFL was grimy for moving the original date back to where the players couldn't make an informed decision on whether they want to play or not. I felt the NFL kind of rushed the players because they saw all the MLB players opting out because everybody was catching the virus. So I felt like for them to save face and try to save their stars from, opting out, they moved it up quick and, put them guys in a predicament, which is shady, man. So, I feel that was real shady on the NFL's part. And if you see it, all the guys who's really opting out either have, young children, one of their family members or dealing with the virus, or they have firsthand experience with the virus.
Right.
So, on that note, I feel like they doing the right thing, man. I feel like, sports could take a backseat for a while until they could figure something out or how to contain this thing, because right now, man, it's like, is it even worth it?
Right. And I agree with you. I just think in this situation, the NFL does or is doing what they always have done. Mm-hmm. They contradict themselves on what they say versus what they do.
Right.
And we can go back, rewind it back to the Colin Kaepernick. When Colin first started kneeling, they said, we understood. He expressed to them, he explained to them his purpose, his cause. They said, we stand with you. Mm-hmm. Then Trump came out, called them SOBs, and next thing you know, the entire NFL kneeled. Mm-hmm. Then Trump called them out again, called the owners out. Then you had the Dallas Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, come out and tell his team, anybody that kneels for the Cowboys won't be a Cowboy. Mm-hmm. So it's just odd that here we are once again, the NFL says one thing and they give their word to it, but then they pull it back. In this situation, they had an agreement with the NFL Players Association. Mm-hmm. And in our last segment, we talked about the agreement and some of the core issues of the players and what they needed and wanted, which was testing, consistent testing, no preseason games, opt-out clauses, etc. Right? NFL said, you know what, we agree with you, we're going to give you that. Then in return, as you said, they pulled the rug from under them and said, you know what, we're going to move this up a week ahead. We're not going to give you all the time that we initially agreed upon, even though it's on paper. The agreement that we had is on paper, but we're going to go ahead and pull out. And I think what the NFL is showing as well, which is clearly mind-boggling, is that it's okay for the NFL and its owners to alter a CBA agreement when they feel necessary for themselves. But when the players are trying to make changes during a CBA agreement, they're always told, or the statement is always brought up, well, you have to wait till the next CBA agreement. That is clearly crazy. And in regards to your MLB statement, which is true, there are currently 3 teams, the Oakland A's, the Florida Marlins, and the St. Louis Cardinals. All of those teams had 10 to 12 players each, respectively, on the entire team have COVID, to where they had to cancel series of games. So that's crazy to think that in baseball, one of the things we talked about in the last segment, and you touched on it during our intro, is the containment. Trying to contain what baseball carries about 12 players. I mean, they carry a roster and staff about 25, 30 people, where the NFL is carrying about 80 to 90 because you're talking about 53 players, the staff, the coaches, the assistant coaches, the trainers, etc. Like,
how do you contain? How do you put that in a bubble?
You can't quarantine that. You can't contain that in a bubble.
How do you study film as a team?
Man,
you know what I mean?
The quarterback room.
How do you even?
What happens when the whole quarterback room gets sick?
Right. How do you even build chemistry, bro? How you know what I mean? Y'all gotta be tight as teammates. I gotta trust you. And how can you build that trust if I can't even get this close to be intimate with you as my brother on the field and blood, sweat, and tears, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. And then I seen an article that came out where it says some of the coaches were critical and they criticized that there would be no preseason games. And because it takes away from the teaching and the learning lessons of the younger players, which I completely understand, is that, you know, that practice makes perfect. You know, it's good to practice. Practicing against another team who doesn't know what your identity, you know, they haven't been in practice or in training camp with you to see all the wrinkles you've been putting in and all the special plays and gadgets you've been running. So practicing against your own defense versus practicing against another opponent makes all the difference. You know, it's like me and you know, when we used to practice against the Hornets, you know, and when we got into a real game situation, you know, it was always fun playing against them Hill Wildcats. Them Wilkinsburg Bees was beasts though. Don't lie.
They was.
Don't lie.
They never got a win when I played though.
We never got.
Let me throw that out there.
Listen,
they got 2 L's when Henry Lane played.
Listen, I'm gonna
hold that, Wilkinsburg.
First off, you will not disrespect the hood. Hey, listen.
Hold that.
He can say hold that to them 2 regular season losses. Pause, no pun intended. However, when it came time for that championship game up Graham Field, and we spanked the Hill Wildcats, yes, Henry did not play. That was not our issue. Me and Henry both had to run laps with garbage bags to make weight. Therefore, my boys, hey listen, we took that championship. Shout out to Wilkinsburg Bees, Wilkinsburg Association. Stand up.
Hey, that championship got an asterisk back.
Why? How?
What you mean how?
What you mean how? Because that asterisk got it. Wait.
Yes.
So that game got an asterisk because he didn't play?
Asterisk.
You know what, man? That's how I feel about his asterisk. That's how I feel about his asterisk. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give it to y'all again, just in case those in the back didn't hear it. You know what? I give it to him. When he played the game, it was rough. It don't mean, man, we still killed them boys. Without him, with them, he was there in spirit.
Hey, I got footage.
I got the footage. I ain't afraid.
We can put it on Piss and Push. We can edit it.
Hey, we can do that.
Matter of fact, within the next couple episodes, we're gonna do a
WILKINSBURGH
Hill reunion talk.
Yeah, we gonna do that.
But yeah, we getting off script, but
Right.
yeah, back to the NFL. You know, you see, that's how our brotherhood is, man. We get off topic real quick once we start talking, but
for the NFL, I think the trial and jury's still out.
So how many games you think?
Man, 2.
Only 2 games?
2.
Not even 8 games, huh?
I don't see it. Because I honestly feel that when the season kick off, players are going to start pulling out even more.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to get real in them trenches.
It is, man.
Because you're not talking about just your own self.
Yeah.
These men go back home to their children and wives on home games.
Right.
Like, you ain't just talking about affecting yourself. You're talking about affecting your whole family.
It's going to be hard, man.
But I only see 8. I only see 2.
Yeah, I don't even see half a season, bro. I hate to say it, but like I said, it's too many unknowns, and it's too much physical injury involved with it.
Yeah.
You know, as far as like, you know, I'm not talking about bones or anything. I'm talking about scratches, cuts, sweat, dirt,
anything where
you know what I mean.
You could
transferring. How you gonna stop that, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean. We can't even be 6 feet close. Now I'm supposed to tackle you with dirty nails and sweat. You think you ain't gonna get it then?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. It's just crazy, man. It's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be rough for a while for sports. Football, at least for me. I don't think. I think baseball maybe got a shot, but as we see, that's not working. Basketball's doing good.
Right.
But you know, it's just I don't know. It's gonna be rough for sports, man, for a while.
Right. And listen, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yeah. But we're going to go ahead and kick it into gear, man. We're going to shift into our next topic. Stay tuned. Pits and Push. Sports Talk Radio.
Welcome back, people, in this segment.
Let's go.
In this segment, we got the NBA playoff talk and how we see the playoffs going and who we got going to the finals and who possibly we think is going to win. And right now, we're going to start with the West, bro. Let me get your thoughts on the West, on who you feel will be your final 2 out the West.
Oh, it's coming down to L.A. LA. It's Clippers, Lakers.
Big city of dreams.
You know, it's Clippers, Lakers for that conference finals. And, you know, I got the Clippers pulling it out in the West. You know, I hate to say it, being a Lakers fan, but I just think that the point guard play, it just boils down to it for me. You know, I just think that loss of Avery not coming with the team in rights and understanding. So like we talked about with the NFL due to COVID, but his more so was social injustice. He felt like he didn't want it to take away from the voice that is out there now that's trying to gear through and jumpstart this country to everything that's said that its foundations are. And then losing Rondo at the beginning of the NBA restart was bad for us. And, you know, I like Quentin Cook. I just don't see Quentin Cook as a starter. I don't see him providing us with what we need. I like him coming off the bench. But
not even defensively?
Nah. He's like what you said about Danny Green. You know, I need more from him. Yeah, we need more from Danny Green.
Definitely a streaky shooter, man.
You know, we need more from him defensively. You know, we need more from him in rebounds. You know, I think our offense will be a lot better if we can get AD and LeBron in transition going down the court, not always getting a rebound and then them pushing the ball down court.
So do you feel the offense should roll through AD, or should LeBron be more of it should run through LeBron?
LeBron facilitate enough too much.
Yeah, he do.
I really think for them to be able to put their pressure on teams, they really got to find them somebody other than LeBron and AD who can facilitate the ball. You know, we got 2 power. Use them. Like, man, let AD post down low. Because you can't double both.
Right, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? You can double both. But when you got LeBron facilitating at the top, you taking him out of position, honestly, because he ain't the same LeBron that's just going to dribble right past everybody. He can still power through you.
Yeah.
But I just think that I just think that we need to let him be. We need to use him in a better way.
LeBron.
Yes, you know, like I don't know.
He's pretty much the coach out there, man. So
He's always been the coach for every team he played for. To be honest.
Yeah, I just feel he should be aggressive. I think they'll be fine as long as LeBron's aggressive and not, you know how he gets passive
He
sometimes.
get passive
wants
at
his
times.
team to get involved. But I think if he's more aggressive, they'll be fine. Because I feel that'll open up shots for, you know, Danny Green and his surrounding players. If he's attack, then all he got to do is kick it back.
We need more out of Kuzma.
Kuzma actually been.
But we need. I know. Well, like we need more and more. Like
Yeah, I mean
he should be crashing the boards harder than ever.
Yeah, bro. But
So who were your two teams coming out of the West?
Well, we had the same Clippers and Clippers and the Lakers.
So who's your team coming out of the West?
Coming out of the West?
Right.
So the Lakers. You know, I'm a Lakers guy.
Right.
well, I'm not a Lakers
Lakers
guy, but
fan
I'm a LeBron guy.
Okay,
So
so
I
you got
know-
the
I roll-
Lakers
yeah.
coming
So
out of the West.
Yeah, I like the Lakers coming out of West. I'm gonna roll with LeBron, bro. That's my guy.
I think PG gonna get his first one this year.
We'll see, man.
PG
LeBron might
13.
have something to say about that.
So talk about the East.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on the East?
So it's interesting on the East, man, because we got the Bucks, we got the defending champs and the Raptors, right?
Yeah.
And top three? I want to say the Celtics. Now, I think the Celtics want to make a run, bro. I think it's going to be tough, but I think they got a good enough squad, a deep enough squad. If they stay healthy, man, they can make a run for it, man. Yeah, if they could get to the Bucks, bro, that's gonna be. It might go 7 games. They might push them 7 games. It's gonna depend if they can stop my man.
Giannis.
Yeah, I can't say his last name. I torture his name every time. But you know, he's been playing an MVP caliber ball.
Right.
I feel he's the MVP for this season, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
interim season.
I mean, he was the MVP of the season before it stopped. He
Yeah,
was killing.
so yeah, it's out of him and LeBron. I feel like he edged LeBron a little bit.
You know they just threw it harder than the mix right now. They saying it's between Giannis, LeBron, and James.
I give it to Giannis, man.
Right. I agree.
I just feel like without him or LeBron, you know what I mean, neither of them teams will be where they're at. But I feel like youngin' Giannis, he's kind of like the Shaq on that Magic squad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the best way I could describe it.
So, all right.
But I do see it going 7 games with Celtics and the Bucks. But I think Giannis might be too much for him.
Okay, and we got the same 2 squads. I just got the Celtics taking that in 7.
Oh,
I got the Celtics beating the Bucks. So I got it being the Clippers and the
Clippers
Celtics.
and the Celtics,
And you
and
got
I
it
got
being the Lakers
and
Bucks.
the Bucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's interesting, right? Because in the East, their 8 spots are already solidified. They're already accounted for, right?
Right.
And you had the Magic rounded out number 8. I struck out badly. I went with the home squad here in Washington, and I said how they had a lot of young players, you know, and they can sneak up on you. They snuck out.
Yeah.
They left before the gym even opened. You know, but the loss of Ben Simmons, I think that hurts the 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
As much as he can't shoot from outside the perimeter, I think that hurts from a defensive standpoint and rebounds.
Yeah.
So it remains to be seen, man. But the West, that 8th spot still up for grabs. You know, and then with the rule for the play-in being that
Gotta be a couple.
gotta be 4 games or more ahead, I
Couple
believe,
games
more than
ahead.
4 games
4
ahead.
games.
And right now the West got 5 teams within 4 games of each other. You know, and I picked the Trailblazers to take that 8th spot. I'm gonna stick with that.
Trailblazers.
Yeah, I still, even though they lost today, and dang, man, I've never seen him struggle at the free throw line. It was 3 seconds left to the game.
Mm-hmm.
They were down by 1. He had the opportunity to put them up by 1,
Mm-hmm.
and he missed both free throws. It was crazy.
Pressure burst pipes, man.
It was crazy.
How many times we in the park and we hitting them free throws with nobody around?
Oh, like clockwork.
Totally.
No witnesses around or anything.
Total different game.
Get in the game,
Yeah.
shot that a brick.
Yeah.
But
especially with the game on the line, it's rough.
All right, so that's dope. So that rounds out to your Bucks, Lakers, and then obviously you got the Lakers.
Of course, I
winning.
got LeBron.
And I got the Celtics and the Clippers, and I got them Clips coming out on top. Either way it goes, it sounds like it's gonna be a party in LA.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's dope. I'm with that, man.
What about you guys? Who are y'all teams coming out the West and the East, and why? Leave comments, and we'll get back to y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Pits and Push
Sports Talk Radio.
Alright, family. Welcome back to Pits and Push. We're going to go into the NCAA football and on how these college students are standing up for their rights and their safeties. We got some good news and crazy news coming out for the Pac-12. I'm happy for them athletes for standing up for themselves. I wish I had the balls to do something like that back then.
Right. Hey, listen, man, because, man, they're transcending for the players that's coming after them.
Right,
It takes that one group to stand up, to show, and as a group.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be
Collective.
individuals, it got to be across the board. And when you talk about the Pac-12, you're talking about a powerhouse conference in football.
Yeah.
You're talking about 12 universities, powerhouse. Doesn't get any better than that. And they're all on solid grounds. We stand together.
Yeah, over 400 players, and not to mention that the Big Ten just made their demands to their conference. So we'll see how that shakes out, man.
Listen, I applaud every single player that is taking this time and this moment to not only point out the unjust and the unbalanced level and the unbalanced appreciation of their talents, because at the end of the day, these universities make millions and millions and billions off of the likeness of their names and their talents.
Right.
I get it. They got a scholarship. They say, oh, well, we gave them a scholarship. But in
That's
return,
not enough no more.
the boosters are paying most of that.
Yeah,
So
it's not
the
enough
universities
no
are just stockpiling their money. Come on.
What about your everyday needs?
A lot of these kids don't even get to make it to the next level.
Right.
But they were great enough for your university.
Right.
But they ain't great enough for the NFL. Not everybody make it to the NFL.
So should the players get paid?
Absolutely. Hands down. I
Okay.
don't blink without hesitation.
So what should that look like? Or what do you envision that looking like?
It's hard to say now because we never thought about it. It's just to throw a number out there would be premature. However, I think that
So let me rephrase the question, bro. So how do you feel if they were to get paid? How should it be a semester thing? Should it be like a weekly thing? Okay, say we're on scholarship and you're getting paid, right? Okay, do we pay you at the beginning of the semester? We give you this lump amount for the season, and it's on you to manage this, which will teach the players money management,
right,
banking skills. But if they get paid, they should have to go through like classes of management and money. I think there should be stuff in place for them to be successful with that money.
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out how they would do that. Would it be just during the season? Would it be weekly stipends, or would it be
definitely
semester stipends? You know what I mean?
Season.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think either way it go, they can deduct that year of scholarship amount from the money that they may or may not get. Mm-hmm. Deduct that. That's fine. You gave me a scholarship. Now you're getting that money back. You can't hold that over my head. Mm-hmm. You can deduct that amount out. Right. But at the end of the day, we're filling the stadium with millions of people.
Right.
You're getting money from endorsements and you got Adidas and Nike sponsoring a lot of these schools. Mm-hmm. So these schools are making money. Right. They don't have to pay for the come on.
Come on, let's just call it what it is, man. These student athletes is greed, but the student athletes are employees. Let's just call it what it is.
That's exactly
They're
what it is.
employees.
We front you the money.
Right.
You go out there and do it. Oh, you want what?
So now
you're here on a free ride.
Right. So
what about
now,
those walk-ons that come on and you ain't giving them a free ride?
Mm-hmm.
But it just amazes me how you have these billion-dollar corporations who then want to complain when their employee, who's basically the face of your franchise and who is basically getting you the money that you're receiving, you like, wait a minute now, hold on now. You're asking for too much.
Players got total control, brother.
In this day and environment, I think they seized the moment. I think if this was last year, I don't think it would go over so well in the Pac-12. I think right now with everything that's going on in the United States of America with racial injustice and everything, and not to mention big ups to the Pac-12, big up to the Big Ten, but then we can switch gears, right? And we can talk about how you got a lot of these investigations and reports coming out about these universities and the racial comments and context and the comments that's being made and like what? And we're not talking about small schools. We ain't talking about JUCO schools. We're talking about it was Alabama. Yeah. It was Pitt, Clemson, Florida State, Missouri, Iowa. Yeah. And then we're not just talking about football either. Yeah. You're talking about men's basketball, women's basketball, and gymnastics.
Yeah, but now
the climate is different.
It is, but now we're seeing some of these top recruits, man, that are African American.
Go to HBCUs.
Yeah, so that wave is starting. So I'm kind of happy that these guys are going back to their roots, man. So
and that puts a lot of pressure on these Division I schools too.
Right. Because all the fast-star recruits are going to HBCUs now. Now, what you gonna do if we take our product to all these black schools? Now y'all got to come to the black schools now and give all these black schools the money back. Yeah. Now all these black schools got to get all these grants and TV money and endorsements. You know what I mean? We got to bring that like they're doing good. They're doing good. They're doing what they're supposed to do, man. I just hope they got, they can see it through. They got the momentum. I just hope the students can see it through. And
don't waver. It's hard to say. I'm not in your position.
Stay strong. Stay strong, y'all.
It was one coach for a Pac-12 team. I don't remember the name, but he opted out, and he told the coach he was opting out for health reasons. But then it came to light that he was one of the players who was signing the petition in regards to the Pac-12 demands. So the coach he even said on camera that opting out for the season for COVID is one thing. Opting out to be a part of that Pac-12 demand is something different. And if you are opting out because of that, then you no longer can be a part of this program.
They can't do
wow. Really?
It's crazy, man. But at the end of the day, man, it's all about being safe, man. So
when you say you have several hundred players from the Pac-12, and you said over 400, that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
What was it that the Golden State Warriors said? What was their slogan? Was it the power in numbers?
Yeah. Strength in numbers.
Strength in numbers.
Yeah, strength in numbers.
Listen. One person can make a difference, but it takes a group to make a movement.
True.
It takes a group to make a movement.
You couldn't have said it no better, man.
So I'm proud of them young fellas, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let nobody tell you you're wrong. Let nobody tell you, oh, you're ungrateful. Look at all that's being done. No. Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what y'all guys are doing. I'm proud of y'all student athletes. Stay 10 toes down.
Yeah.
Y'all got total control. Fight for what y'all want. Get what y'all want.
Hey. That's all we can do out here.
Yeah. Another episode down.
Let's get it.
Thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe on all the pages. I'll post them here or over here. Hit the notification bell and continue to lend us your ear and showing us love, and we'll reciprocate that.
Yeah.
And with that note, we out.
Pitch and Push.
Sports Talk Radio.
Let's go.
Tuned in to Picks and Push Sports Talk Radio.
Yeah.
And now we bring you the hot topic. Shout out to Dak Prescott, buddy. This year you're making $31.7 million for betting on yourself, buddy. Good job. Come next year, $57 million, buddy. Always bet on yourself, my brother. Way to hold your ground and not give in. That's Piss and Push Hot Topic.